You can't always get what you want, but you can always try for what you want. Would you rather try and fail or fail to try at the end of the day? Say that at least I tried, at least I went for it, or didn't have the courage to even go for it. And when you take that approach, guess what? A lot of the time you actually do get what you want. Not always, but some of the time. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. I'm out hanging out with the sheep. We're running around, frolicking, taking them for grazing. I'm out here. Man, they're happy. That's beautiful, beautiful sight. Dancing sheep. Love you, appreciate you. Glad to have you here with me today as we talk about, as we go in depth on, as we go deeper on some of the same, but some new. As always, it's a fresh new day, fresh new start, and wanted to share this with you just to encourage you to try. And I also want to share this with you. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. It's unavoidable. There's no way around it. And when I say mistakes, I think about life as a game in some ways. Obviously, it's way more than a game, but it's very complex. There's lots of viable plays, like things that you could do. And those are also going to be a lot determined by your personality and your goals, your style of style of playing the game of life. But regardless, you could say that there's, as far as moving towards your goals, achieving your goals, trying to get the things that you want, there's often a correct play, like a best thing that you could have done, action you could have taken, thing that you could have said, habit you could have built, whether it comes to health, money, work, happiness, your relationships, your body. And constantly, if you look constantly, you can hear the sheep running around me on this gravel road, taking them into the orchard to graze. The grass growing between the trees, pretty nice combo. So you'll notice that if you look closely, that you're frequently going to do things that are not like the optimal play, and you could call that a mistake because you could have done better. You could have, and those mistakes are going to vary. And you could have done better by doing something, saying something, again, taking an action, adding a habit, etc. There's also, you're going to be making various mistakes of, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have gone there. I shouldn't have committed to doing that. I shouldn't have taken on that habit, that action. You're going to have a mix of both. Again, there's been some studies and stuff like that that show, and very anecdotal, that you are going to regret more mistakes that you didn't make, or you're going to regret more mistakes of inaction. Like, oh man, I never told my loved ones that I loved them. Right? That's something that you'll regret to the grave. I never went on that big adventure. I never worked out, or I never moved my physical body as much as I would have liked. Those are the mistakes that are really going to haunt you, that you're really going to regret. I never went for the best life. I never moved to Hawaii and became an organic farmer. Worked 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. I love this life, and I'm glad that I made it out here, right? So it's better to try and fail than fail to try. It's better to try and succeed than to try and fail, right? And what's interesting, people say, okay, you learn from your lessons, learn from your mistakes. I agree with you. You want to learn from your mistakes, but you also want to learn from other people's mistakes. It's foolish to think you can only learn from your mistakes. You want to learn as much from what other people do wrong. So if possible, you can do it right the first time. Imagine if you just did it right the first time, 75% of the time instead of 50% of the time, how much further along you would be. That's why we take mentors. That's why we have smart people around us to influence us. That's why we read books. That's why we take training. That's why we take courses. That's why we take internships. That's why we study. That's why we take apprenticeships, right? So that we can Learn from other people so that we don't have to fool around in the dark trying to reinvent the wheel when we could just get it right the first time. Yeah. So my main message today, I just want to inspire you to go out there and try it, and to take, especially for the men, to take some risks out there. Here's a question for you, and you can answer in the comments. What's the bigger risk? Doing too much too soon, or doing too little too late? Too little too late goes with doing nothing at all, right? You do too much, well, you took massive action, right? You skewed in that direction, and you'll find that a lot of the time you do get what you want. Here's the key, though, is figuring out really what you want. And this is a huge one, and it kind of makes me sad because so many people don't actually know what will make them happy, or have their targets on the wrong goals. And we've been fooled by media. We've been fooled by Instagram saying people, oh, like, I just want to travel and not work. Oh, I just want to, this Lamborghini and Ferrari will make me happy. Those things are nice, but again, we've seen this. I highly recommend the book Blue Zones of Happiness by Dan Buettner. Write that down. Blue Zones of Happiness by Dan Buettner. It's worth studying what makes you happy so you don't make the mistake of going for the wrong things. And I will tell you from experience, I had all this freedom to travel, and I was playing professional Magic, I was competing, and I was playing in a basketball team in Europe, and achieving all these goals that I really wanted really didn't make me that happy. I definitely got sense of accomplishment from it, but I didn't have particularly good days because I had gone for the wrong things. And then I'm lounging around, traveling around, working this 4-hour work week. Sounds like the dream, but fortunately, at least, I was smart enough to say, hey, I'm going to search for the best place and thing for me to do. So I'm going to try out a lot of things. I'm going to try out a lot of lifestyles in a lot of different places. I'm going to think about it. You don't have to travel around to do that. Best place for you to live, best place to find a job. It took me quite a while, and I'm very lucky to get into this situation, to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people. But the main thing I found out is actually work is really fun and satisfying. It's boring to not work. I wanted to spend my time writing. I want to spend my time YouTubing. I want to spend my time working on the ground outside, working with animals. I want to spend my time working with crops and growing organic food and doing manual labor, and I would rather work all day. Commitments are better than freedom. Hard work beats a life of hard work beats a life of luxury. I've seen this myself. I've experienced this. So, going for the things that make you happy. I want you to go for the life that makes you happy. I want you to go for the days that make you happy. I want you to go for become the person that makes yourself happy. The person that takes massive action. The person who works really hard on something that you care about, you're passionate about. I want you to go boldly and bravely towards love relationships that make you feel good. Not forget attributes on paper that make you feel good. I want you to go for a lifestyle where you get to move. It's not about exercise. It's not about having a body. It's about moving. It's about moving your body, getting to make the most of it every day, and do a variety of movements and feel like your body matters and you made the most of it and you used it and you leveraged it and it was part of your work and it's part of your play, and you can't tell what's work and what's play because this is what you want to be doing anyways. Look at me. I'm very lucky. Like, I know it won't last forever. This industry may die, but to have basically passive income, guess what I end up doing with my time with passive income? Making a massive work commitment, right? And I think that for most people who actually get to experience that, once they achieve that goal, that's what you'll end up doing. And the passive income is nice, but if I'm going to be working anyways, I don't actually need it, right? Pretty interesting. Right goal is that work lifestyle with the right people around you, with the team around you. That's fun, that you're working together. That's exciting. right? So I encourage you today, let's get this back on, just to go for it. I encourage you today to try. I encourage you today to try to succeed. If you try and fail, it's okay. I encourage you today to be gentle with yourself and to forgive yourself. I encourage you today to get out a piece of paper and write down, this is the life that I want. This is the lifestyle that I want. These are the things that I want to accomplish. These are what I want my days to look like. This is how I want to live. And I encourage you to be thirsty and voracious in your search and your learning and your studies, because there's a whole world out there. I don't want you to waste it. I don't want you to waste a year searching on your own when you can do it with others. So, or you can do it. I mean, certain things, we're on this journey alone, but you don't need to travel the world by yourself. You don't need to search for meaning by yourself. We can do it together, and we grow better together. We do better together. So we'd love to hear what you have to say today. Those of you who made it all the way, a share down below. Appreciate you. Thank you. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments down below. Peace out, fam. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in today. Talk to you soon. Peace.